Hi Sarah, how are things? I guess what I am thinking, Sarah, is that you have come here today, and that's and that's important. You might not have come, but you have got here for some reason, and I don't know exactly what's brought you here today. So I'm kind of not entirely sure what the best thing, just for now, for me to be doing, whether it's for me to be chatting or not. I'll probably just sort of chat a bit and have a bit of time when we just sit quietly, and that's fine by me. My aim is just to try and make this comfortable if we can, comfortable enough. That's all I want to try to do at this stage. I really respect the fact that you're here. I just want to try and find a way to do that. So I don't know if you remember, a few sessions back, we talked a bit about the sort of the way we think about what's going on in ourselves and the way we think about what might be going on in other people. And I don't know if you can remember that we talked about how sometimes we're just trying to sort of imagine what it's like to be somebody else. We call that mentalization. It doesn't really matter what we call it, but I suppose what I'm just wondering about is whether it's okay for me just to kind of try and imagine what it might be like to be you. Would that be just? I'm just trying to think a bit, so that I may be wrong about some of these things. I suspect I'll be wrong about some of them, but I'm just trying to kind of think about it from your point of view. Would that be okay? Well, I tell you what would be great for me is if there's things that I start to say that you really don't like, if you can just let me know that's completely fine. It's completely fine. Because I don't want to say things that are just annoying or unhelpful. Okay? Okay. Okay. Let me just share some of the things that I'm wondering about. I don't know whether these may be right. I just don't know. But just so you have a bit of a sense of the things I'm thinking about. I suppose I've always been aware that things have been really difficult at the hostel. Things that you can't control, things that you aren't responsible for. It's been really kind of noisy, hard to sleep. There's been some really maybe that's really broken down. And there's worries that you might get thrown out or something. I don't know. But I know that I could understand if you thought we were worrying about those kind of things. And I suppose the thing we don't think about so much here because we're trying to work out how things feel, but it's also important about money. I just thought maybe things have gone wrong with your allowance and stuff, because that's a big deal. There's worries about that. And I suppose the other thing, just thinking of the things that are most in my mind is just that you talked last time about your dad, and I just wonder whether afterwards you weren't too sure.
Just stop.
Okay.
It's not about that, okay?
Okay.
It's fucking college, they're on at me again, and they just don't understand, and do you know what? It's college, okay?
Okay.
It's none of that stuff.
Okay. It's really helpful, thank you. Okay. So it's really helpful, and I've got a bit of an idea what's really happening for you. Okay? So now let's think about what would be helpful for you about that. Okay. Thank you. So come on, tell me really what's been going on. This is really important.
Okay, it's just... So, Mrs. Digby, she literally is against me. I've told you this before. She won't let me take my mocks. Like, she just said that I'm not attending enough, that I don't know enough, that I'm going to fail, and that there's no point me even taking my mocks. So how am I going to know what I'm doing? Like, there's no point, like...
This is terrible. This is just terrible. I mean, she's saying these things to you?
Yeah, and then, like, the other teacher, so I went and spoke to another teacher, my history guy, and he said, fair enough, it's her decision, like, she's the head of year, like, and it just doesn't make sense. I just wanna go and do them, and then just
I can really see that if these things are happening at college, then it must make you feel terrible. That's
yeah, just come on, like they're all against me, like they don't understand. So they just keep conspiring against me, and it's just like they've got this thing where they just want to put me down in front of other people. She keeps doing it in front of other people.
So for you, it's like the whole world is against you. That actually, it's just like it's not that it feels like they are actually against you.
Yeah,
it's a kind of real sense.
are.
They really kind of that for some reason they treat you differently from everyone else in a really bad way.
And they keep doing it in front of other people, just to like they're making a point about something.
Okay. So there's something that's really kind of, and that's, I guess that could be really kind of humiliating, really horrible for you.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so what I want to do for a moment, I just want to share with you what I've understood you've told me, so that we really make sure you can tell me whether I've got what's going on here, because it sounds really serious and really upsetting. So it seems to me that what you've told me is the college are not allowing you to take your mock exams.
Yeah.
That's really kind of serious, because I know you've been thinking about take the exams, move on to the next stage, really great. So I can just think, oh God, that's a real disaster. And that they've done this, there's Mrs. Digby and there's a history teacher and other teachers have said some really hurtful things to you, really hurtful. And it feels like they're just treating you completely differently from the other students. Yeah, they are. And there's a kind of way in which that's absolutely so unfair. It's like a sort of attack on you, it feels like.
It is,
really, yeah. I mean, that must be just awful. And I suppose I can really get a sense of what that might be like for you. You know, really, okay. So I guess what we've got to try and do is can we sort of think together? Let's try and see if we can work this out a little bit, so that where we go from here. Would that be okay? Let's see if we can sort of just. So I've got a bit of what the problem is, but I want to see if we can do it. Is there anything that we can think about or do to move this forward a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What I'm really worried about is that you've come here today and you come see me. You've come in with a problem, and what I really don't want is you to walk out of here with exactly the same problem. I mean, that just seems to me, I could really get a sense that I'd just feel pretty useless for you. So I wonder if there's anything we can think about that would just help us move it forward a little bit.
I'm just really worried. Like, what if I don't get to take them? My mocks, like, they're really important. I won't know what my results are going to be like. I don't know if I'm going to get into art college. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. No.
What happens if I don't? Like.
I think so. It's really a big thing. It really is a big worry for you. I can see that you've got a lot of hopes on those exams, and that right now you just feel really worried about what might happen. It's all got a bit out of control.
Yeah, I am worried, and like when I go and speak to them, like I can't say that. I just get angry at them, and they just start blowing everything out of proportion. Really, I'm just worried, and they just don't listen.
I think that's really thoughtful of you. I really kind of get a sense that you really kind of try and work that out. Okay, maybe we can work out some kind of way that we can have some sort of conversation with the college, see if we can get something a little different from this. Okay?
Get her fired.
I'm not sure I can go that far, but anyway, let's see if we can work something out. Okay?